Inside Moves. Ladyhawk.
Roll tape, wait for action.
And loved Inside Moves.
Action, 6-minute tape.
Dick, I was looking forward to talking with you because we had a nice visit when you came to Dallas a few years back for Inside Moves, which I thought was such a neat picture. I liked it a lot. Happy to see that Diana got an Oscar nomination. And now here you are with this sumptuous, absolutely gorgeous film, Ladyhawk, with extraordinary locations and just so much going for it, unique.
Keep going. I love it. I love it.
Okay. Anyway, but here's the question. You may not like the first question. Okay. I sat there last night enthralled, but at the same time thinking, if I were the director of this movie, I would be saying, holy Toledo, if I were just looking at a script. How do I take this kind of story and this kind of movie and make it appeal to a mass audience? Now, my question to you is, did Dick Donner want to know that too?
In retrospect, probably stupidly, no, I didn't. I should have thought it out, but I'm not that kind of a filmmaker. I just read it. I fell madly in love with the love story, the unrequited love, the impossible love story. Then once I got involved with it, I fell in love with the idea of the visuals that I wanted to present it so I could make the love story real. And I never thought out how to sell a picture or what am I going to sell it or who am I going to sell it to. I guess one should do it. I've just never been able to do it. I just go by the seat of the pants, what emotionally I'm involved in. And so, lo and behold, I found myself in Italy shooting a movie, and I didn't believe it because I never thought I'd be doing a medieval film, an action adventure like that. Never. I was fans of going to them. I used to love those pictures, but I never wanted to make one. I think the thing that attracted me was the love story.
Now that it's over and everybody survived it through what must have been quite arduous locations, I kept thinking, I'd just like to be the guy who goes out and scouts all those wonderful locations. But how much time did you spend setting those up?
A lot of time. At one point, we were going to make the picture in Czechoslovakia, and I drove from one end of Czechoslovakia to the other. Then we were going to do it in Spain, and we scouted Spain because of that didn't work out. It was too, the Mediterranean feeling didn't give me what I wanted. And then when we settled on Italy, we spent a good 2 months probably driving all over and looking for the locations. And you'd hear of a castle here or a castle there, and we would go, and it was in such ruins that you couldn't use it, or it was surrounded by a factory on one side and an apartment house on the other. So it was driving and driving and driving. But the driving was wonderful for us, because as we drove, and I had Vittorio Storaro, the cameraman, with me. We had our production designer, Wolf Kruger, my producer, Lawrence Schuler, Harvey, and we would, as we drove, we would recreate. We would start to make the picture take on different forms, different shapes, and different sizes. And then being in Italy, it lent itself to the thought process, and it was actually a very, very constructive trip, but it's not the way to see Italy, plus 20 pounds of pasta.
What did the picture end up costing?
I think now we'll be in our cost about 18, which is a lot of money, but still not a lot by standards today.
And it's all on the screen.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. One of the fascinating things from the very beginning, Dick, for me, was the music. It is so contemporary for this medieval story. Now, whose idea was that?
Well, it was Lauren and myself, really. But from the very beginning, I always wanted Alan Parsons Project to do the music, because I've always respected their music, and I love it. And I work with the London Symphony Orchestras, and they have the great symphonic sound. And then they slowly blend into contemporary, that great bass guitar that carries you through. And I always felt the picture is not a purist form of medieval filmmaking. It shouldn't. Little Matthew Broderick transcends the medieval period. A lot of the costumes, a lot of the locations do. They're not pure. So I also wanted the music to be a little more invigorating, a little more exciting, a little more contemporary in its feeling. And when they said they would do it, I was thrilled. And when I heard the music for the first time, I was vindicated. Some love it, some don't. But it doesn't hurt the picture. So those that love it get it, and Those that don't are stuck with it.
So you don't really care if some critics take you to task for not having authentic music to go with the medieval period?
It's not an authentic medieval film, so if they take me to task for that, then they're seeing something in the picture I didn't see, and they're entitled. I've been taken to task before, but it's not being taken for task for anything bad. It's just maybe a different choice, and we all have to live by our choices.
Now, you're saying it's not a medieval film?
Not really. I mean, it is. It's set in a period, but it's not pure in any way, sense, shape, or form. I mean, the language alone is an assimilated mid-Atlantic accent. We don't do any ye, yeas, and does, and so it is a period set supposedly in that period. But Matthew Broderick alone breaks the period because he doesn't feel like he really belongs there. He's there as our storyteller, as our little wonderful little character in love with an impossible love also. But I don't find him a very medieval person. I find him a very contemporary person, which I really wanted. I didn't want to make it a purist film.
Do you think they'll make a music video with that music?
I've been pushing them to do it, and I really would love to have them do it. We haven't done it yet. I'd sure like them to do it. And you're not the first person to ask me that. And I think it's an ideal one. And so I think we're going to push a little harder.
Yeah, okay.
Watch your MTV.
All right. Well, Dick, again, it's good to see you.
It's great seeing you.
And congratulations on the film. I hope it does well for all of you. And look forward to whatever your next project is.
Well, terrific.
Okay.
I'll see you down there.
Thank you.
Thank you a million.
Got it?
Okay.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous film, Storara's
Isn't-
work.
is,
Is that...
Speed. Action.
Dick, are they going to make a music video?
Yeah, I hope very much they will. It's music that's apropos of it, and it's perfect for a music video, and I think it would be a wonderful counterpoint to have that music with our visuals and put it up on TV and have the kids go out there and stomp their feet.
And you don't really care about the people who take you to task for putting that kind of contemporary music with the medieval piece?
I care about them. I care about everybody that doesn't like something I do or something. But it was a choice I made. It was a choice made on the basis that it was not a pure medieval film. It's set in a period, but we break the mold in many places. And in so doing, I just wanted music that both was loyal to the period in its wonderful symphonic overtones, which we have, and then breaks through to contemporize you, to keep your toes tapping, to keep you alive. Hopefully everybody will like it.
Okay. That should do it then. Okay, the
You want to
questions?
pick for that whole single so you can come back at any point.
Right, yeah, it gives us a choice. That's nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
God, you're going to know all that.
How did your lawsuit ever come out? Because, you know, when you were in Dallas, we talked a little bit about the lawsuit. How did
We
that
settled them, you know.
settled out of court?
Yeah, but it's...
But you still got the short end of the stick.
Oh,
Yeah.
but at that point, I just really couldn't afford
Just
lawyers anymore.
just get it over with.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't
How
want
do those people? I hear the
They go on and on and
the
on.
horror stories of those
Yeah.
people, Dick. How
They
did
go on
they-
and on and on. Because there's always some sucker that thinks it's...
It's usually about 11 minutes on anyway.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Action.
Dick, going into this movie, did you stop to think about how am I going to take this medieval story and make it appealing to today's audiences? How much did the movie end up costing? You have some of the most extraordinary locations. How long did you take to find all these locations? From the very beginning, the music has such a contemporary sound to it. Whose idea was it to have such contemporary music? Now, what about the critics who are going to take you to task for putting contemporary music with this medieval piece? You're saying it's not a medieval movie? Do you think there'll be a music video of it? Okay, I'll just do it reactions. Okay.
Good. Good.
Did we